Hey, what up? This your girl Teri. If you can hear my voice right now, you should be just as excited as I am because you are tuned in to the very first of many Poetically Incorrect podcast.
Yay, yay.
I am Teri, and this is my lovely co host.
CJ?
Can a guy be lovely?
Yeah, no, actually, you want to say handsome or like poetically incorrect? Like, that don't go there.
Yeah,
It's cool.
Anyways,
We'll work on it.
me, me and CJ have decided that we're going to do this podcast. Tell them how this came about.
This podcast came about because my girlfriend was doing a not stand up, but like an open mic night at this bar that we went to. And I was like, yo, this is cool. And, I seen other poets there. And, they was, dropping knowledge like poets do and stuff. And I was like, this would be a great, there should be a way for these poets to get out there. And as time go on, I listen to podcasts. You ride in the car with me when I be listening to podcasts. I listen to like Dormtainment or Collider or Fire Team Chat or anything that's of my interest. I listen to, but I was like, there's nothing really that I know of that talks about hip hop, poetry, art, culture, black people. It ain't not even just black people, just people in general. So I wanted to start something, and then I was like, well, my girlfriend's a poet. She likes talking. Maybe let's do something together. So I was asked her, hey, Teri, you want to do a podcast?
And I said yes.
So this is Poetically Incorrect. She's poetic, and I'm incorrect.
All the time. Even though he does not want to admit it. But yeah, we just two couple of crazy kids who just got a laptop and a mic and decided, hey.
I mean, we could go either way. We could have been rappers.
Oh yeah.
Singers. So, we decided to do a podcast.
Interpretive dance was on the table.
Hey.
Quite some time.
Interpretive. We talking stripping. $60K a night. What you mean? But well, no, let's start off, but let's let people know who we are. So Teri, give me a little fact about you, then I'm gonna give them a fact about me.
Well, first and foremost, I'm a spoken word artist. If you don't know what that means exactly, that means I'm a poet. I write poetry. I'm a wordsmith. I'm a rapper. I'm a whatever you want to call it. I put words on paper. It's my life. I love it. That's what I do. So I'm the poetic side of Poetically Incorrect.
The incorrect side, I'm a musician, I'm a drummer, I'm a worker, I'm a college student, trying to do everything all at the same time. My drumming is my passion. If you know me, man, I can't go nowhere without at least having some drumsticks in my car, because you never know when you get the opportunity to play. You actually be quite surprised how often I just happen to have my drumsticks. I'm like, hey man, you trying to like jump on the kit?
Like on the street with the just on the kit.
Yeah, on the kit. That's what that's drummer lingo. You just started dating me. We'll get into the lingo. Okay, Teri, how about where are you from?
I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's where we're recording our show at right now.
Woo-woo.
I've lived here my entire life, and it's pretty okay. It's pretty okay, but you always got to represent your home city, so I love it here regardless.
So her home city introduction was garbage compared to mine, because I'm from Flint, Michigan, fly city. It ain't that fly right now because we're having a water crisis, but you people who don't know about it, you should go online, you should look it up. You should look up Flint water crisis. It's really bad up there, and if you want to donate, go to the different websites and the charities, and they'll be able to help you to get what you need done to help the city.
I think it's crazy because so many people don't even think that that's a thing anymore.
Like,
it's not shown anymore, so everybody just kind of thinks it's blown over.
Everybody see the Facebook post, like, yeah, remember that Flint water crisis? Like, yeah, it's still happening. Like, you ever seen that post?
Yeah.
Yeah, like things like that. So, I love my city. I love it to death, but man, crime there gotta stop. People gotta stop. I mean, crime here gotta stop. Crime everywhere, man, but people gonna be people.
Unfortunately. It's a shame when you can't walk down the street anymore without worrying about getting hurt, but that's the life we live in. I'm truly afraid for this next generation.
Nah, my kid gonna be a little savage. Go around punching bitches. But I have one last thing I wanted to say about the podcast. What are the goals of this podcast? What are we doing on this podcast specifically? Like,
Are you asking me, or you said you had something to say?
well, I'm asking. I'm gonna feed off you.
What we're trying to do with the podcast?
Yeah.
Well, one, just in general, entertain somebody.
Okay.
I'm all about entertaining people. If you know me personally, you know I'm silly, I'm goofy, I love to make people laugh. That's what I do. And if I can do that with someone who is just as equally as silly as I am, that's fun off gate.
Damn near.
I want to just give my commentary on a lot of things, and just give it from like a regular average Joe, if you will's perspective. You might hear a lot of reviews and things on TV from people that are in the industry or just years of experience, but I feel like if you hear something that, I'm a 21-year-old black female that knows a little bit about a bunch of stuff, and I have a voice too, so I'm just here trying to represent for them.
I like our conversations we have. I always thought our conversations were top notch, some of the funniest stuff we ever had. Especially when we get to like discussing hip hop and the different artists. So like when we did our top 10, what was it, like East Coast rappers? Yeah, like that conversation.
That conversation went on for days.
Like we started here.
Literally day. We started here.
We started on your birthday.
Yeah, we started here in July. And literally took it to breakfast with my father. We took it on the highway. Drove, was 3, 4, how far is?
About 3 hours to
About
Lansing.
3 hours to Lansing. Brought it there. Had like 4-hour conversation with one of his best friends about it. Like, it just wouldn't die.
Called your dad and asked him who we should replace.
And he actually gave us feedback. It was nuts. It was silly.
I don't even think we're done with that list, to be honest.
I don't think we finished the list either, but I'm not going into
that's a
that
podcast
today.
for another day.
That's a whole nother discussion entirely, because I'm not getting into that.
I also want to have guests on the show because, she know funny people. I know hilarious people. And I want people to see my interactions with these people. Oh, or not see, but hear these interactions with these people. Like, to be honest, like, our podcast, me and you, are going to be hilarious. But if I can get all 6 of my homies in Lansing on one podcast, I swear to God, it would be the funniest thing.
You remind me of the people on the award show to get the one award. They got to bring their entire entourage.
We would do that.
Y'all annoying.
We would do that.
I hate that. That's highly frustrating.
I remember in the group chat we was talking one time. I was talking about winning the lotto or whatever. It was like 600 million or something. Yeah. And then they was talking about going on a group trip, and they was like, "Hell, if Craig win the lotto, he could pay for everything." And they was like, "Hell yeah, I would pay for it." Y'all my niggas.
Well, go you. Look at that friendship at its finest. Not stabbing him in the back. He said, "If I make it, we all make it." That's
no. I'll pay for the trip. Like they got to get their own food. I get the hotel room, they own food, transportation.
Okay, so it's
plane ticket.
Okay.
I got everything else.
Colored people.
I gotta be cheap, man. I won the millions, but I ain't gonna keep them, giving them to everybody. But this podcast is going to be something great. I'm glad people are actually listening.
I'm extremely excited about it myself. Like, I think that even the idea, how quickly we came upon it. It was literally a split second, like, hey, you want to do a podcast? I think we should do a podcast. I said, okay, let's get it. 2 days later, we bought a MacBook and a mic, and we just like, let's get it, let's go. So I'm excited for it just because, one, it's the product of both of us. 2, it's something fun that you can do. And also, this was really the first thing that I just really dove head in first for. There was no second thought. It was just something I wanted to do, and I actually went with it. So I'm extremely excited.
So I want to get some sound clips for the podcast of DMX. What you really want for a nigga? I want that to be playing whenever you...
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. But like, whenever you talk about me, I'm going to play it. You know what I'm saying? Because...
See, like, anything he says is completely random. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything. I don't understand how he has any friends.
Because they just like me.
Or a girlfriend, for that matter. You
almost just like me. You're not as random. You're funny, though. buck up, champ.
Funny.
Maybe the coach lets you play next time.
Shut up.
But this podcast is going to be something great. We going to have local artists, local poets, even artists from my home city. I want to get on Skype or something and record them. I want them. I want to get people exposure. I mean, we not that big, you know what I'm saying, but we want to grow.
Not yet, but with the help of our lovely listeners, we most definitely can be. So make sure when you hear this, you share it, you like it, you post it, you tell your friends about it.
Your mama, your grandmama, your auntie, your uncle, your baby mama, her mama.
The cousin you don't talk to no more, but we just gonna forget about all that.
Uncle Red, who always comes to the barbecue but don't never bring no food.
All them.
Boy got the to-go plates.
Yeah.
Man, fuck that nigga, man. But, people like that, man. Share it. Get it out there. We want to share what we do with the world, but also what others do with the world. So it's, poets, rappers, other musicians I know I want to have on.
And I know you might think like, wow, I'm not even really into hip-hop like that. Maybe I shouldn't watch this show.
Listen.
Well, lucky for you, that's not the only thing we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about various topics. Actually, this show is pretty much based a lot on audience participation. If you make sure that you can email us questions at
incorrectpodcast@gmail.com. That's our email. You can go ahead and email us anytime because we're probably only going to read it when we're on the show. But you can email us anytime and we'll get it and we'll go through your questions and we'll answer them. We have several questions right now from, people who we told about the show beforehand. If we have time, we might get to one or two of those questions on the air. But as of right now, we're just explaining what the show does. I also wanted to have, not just, artists and stuff. I want to have family members on the show. Like, for instance, Teri's grandmother. I want to have her on the show. She's very, very intelligent and wise. And it's the same thing. But she's an old person, and it's good to talk to old people because they have a lot of knowledge.
We want different perspectives on this show. We want you to take something out of this as well as we are. We also want, basically, me personally, if I'm explaining something, I want to kind of broaden your horizons. I want you to think about something that you never thought that you would think of in that way before, because that honestly is one of my biggest just goals to happen. Just for someone to, walk away from the conversation with me and be like, wow, I never thought about it like that. It's okay to have differences of opinions. You'll notice when you're listening to this podcast, me and CJ genuinely never agree on a lot of stuff. So you're going to hear real life arguing, real life debating. I want a lot of relationship questions. Me and CJ are in a relationship. I want to give advice on things of that nature. Things that we've never even heard about. If you want to email us, or you can also follow us on Twitter at PI Podcast. And you can suggest us do things. We'll do things, review, just all types of different venues. We could go anywhere with this, but it all starts with you. So please share this podcast.
I'll be extremely grateful. Well, we'll be extremely grateful. We'll have different segments on the show, like This Shit Smack. That's when me and Teri will go to some restaurant and we'll come back, we'll review it. Or the one I'm most excited for is the questions from you guys. I call it Am I Wrong segment.
And as you can probably guess, he's excited about that segment because, yes, he is always wrong. One more time, noted the poetically incorrect. And in that segment, we are going to have you guys, and I really need you guys to pay attention because I know people don't pay attention. Y'all probably not going to do it, but listen to me.
Huh?
Right, exactly. I need for you to email us, write us, text me if you know me personally, questions or scenarios. They don't have to be anything you're personally going through, and everything will be anonymous. A situation, and at the end of it, just put hashtag Am I Wrong, and just listen to me and Craig debate about it.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can get a good understanding of your problem.
Yeah, the question, make sure you state it. So, like, as a guy, am I wrong? Is complete example. Hey, I went to the strip club. My girlfriend got mad at me. Am I wrong? Questions like that. Not, guys, if you're going to the strip club, yeah, you're wrong. But, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. You have to make it, I wouldn't say totally gender based. So if a female was to email us, you know, Teri be the one to answer, not answer, but read it, and she would ask, "Am I wrong?" And then I would give my perspective on the question.
And then as soon as he gives his perspective on the question, I'm gonna give it maybe more of a how she meant it, because as you can tell when you argue or speak to anyone of the opposite sex or even the same sex, the receptors in your brain, they pick up messages different. I can say hi and you can hear it as hi. So it just gives you a different outlook on what you're actually saying, and you know how how do they hear it?
You know, yeah, I think that segment's going to be a whole lot of fun. Our hip hop debates are going to be a lot of fun. This is a segment we came up with where we take two artists, we each will pick an artist, and then we'll put them against each other. So we're saying, yo, this artist said so and so on a song. This artist got so many albums, so you know what I'm saying? Things like that. I think our first one is going to be the best one that we do. So I don't even know why y'all don't even listen to him after that, because we're going to do Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Teri
Look,
has Kendrick, and I have J. Cole.
see, this is all news to me, but I
We
mean,
talked about this.
hey, I'll be ready.
Just be ready to lose.
Just let me know. But that won't come later. We need your participation if you want to hear that. If you have ideas on what we should talk about on the show, let us know,
Yeah,
please.
that a whole lot. I mean, this show is for us, but it also for you.
It's most definitely for you.
Yeah. I like, you know, this podcast is gonna be something nice. I think. You know what I mean? I know. Fun fact, you didn't know. I don't even know if I told you. I had a radio show not too long ago, like an internet radio show. You didn't know? It's on my Instagram. So you trash. You don't even look at my Instagram. But yeah, I had an internet radio show. I worked for this kid that works in he works in radio now. His name was Austin, right? Yeah, his name was Austin. He was like 16. I worked for him. Well, it was for free, but you know I was volunteering. But he started his own like internet radio, and it was cool. I had the like whole setup on my computer and everything. I didn't have a mic because I wasn't about to pay for nothing. I'm about to do for free. But you know, I had people actually listen. I still have those followers to this day, and that's kind of cool because I still keep in touch.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about music every now and then on my Twitter, but you know, things like that, man, it was cool. So I always wanted to do a podcast, but I never imagined it being with, you know, my girlfriend. I wanted to do it with, I ain't gonna lie, my friend Paul, my friend Alonzo, and my friend Sherrod, with everyone else, like, you know, guest starring. Because I swear the funniest conversations I ever had, Quintero, the funniest conversations I ever had is with them four people. I'm trying to tell you.
It's always good to just get out and do, what you want. Take a leap. If somebody throws an idea at your head and it's not detrimental to your health or anyone else, go ahead, go for it. Try. And it's also a lot more fun if you can do it with somebody that you actually care about. Not to get mushy, because I don't do that. But
Quick side question. How loyal are you to your friends?
what?
How loyal are you to your friends?
To my friends?
If they jump off a bridge, you jumping too?
Nah, I ain't good. You jump off a bridge with your friends?
Hell yeah! They're my niggas. What you mean?
You stupid. Cause caskets don't have bug beds, baby. I am not about to jump off no bridge because they want to.
Gang, 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 gang. Gang, gang. I can't fuck with you unless you gang bang. We ain't no gang bangers though, but I like that song.
We listen to gangbang music sometimes.
So I want you guys to know Teri don't like my selection of 2 Chainz music, and I think that is horrible.
Craig is a humongous 2 Chainz fan. I've never met anybody. The first conversation I had with Craig, I asked him, who are your favorite rappers? That is a deal-breaking question for me. Or just what do you listen to, or are you a music fan in general? He tells me yes. I ask him, who are your favorite rappers?
Can you name them all?
He said, my memory is strong.
Tell me.
You
Tell me
said,
who my favorite rappers are.
wait, I don't want to mess it up on this podcast. Okay. You told me 2 Chainz and Mike Jones.
Off top.
And I was like, who is like Mike Jones? I'm like, How?
That's
Like he actually said Mike Jones, and this wasn't in 2007. I swear to you, I'm. I don't
Mike
know.
Jones, man. That boy be spitting.
It's just interesting people, interesting type of person. And me being a poet, I'm a hip hop fan, but my favorite music is more so neo soul. So you'll always catch me listening to Erykah Badu. You'll catch me listening to Jill Scott. You'll catch me listening to India Irie, just because
Don't want
those are
nobody
people that
next to me.
whoa
Yeah, you know.
and
Gotta hit them with the vocals every now and then.
cannot sing at all, but it's okay.
That's that
But you
Young
should
Thug
always,
version.
always broaden your horizons. If you have a song you want us to listen to, check out of any genre. If you want us to listen to a country song, I got you. If you email us,
It better
I'm
slap
gonna
though.
keep reiterating this because I really just want.
If you send us a song, it better slap.
Oh yeah, because it will get drugged
It better slap.
mercilessly.
If it's a country song, you better slap in my car.
Man, I'm telling you,
I'm just kidding. I like. You know what? I didn't know you like country music.
huh?
I kind of rock with country music
Some
sometimes.
of it.
I like rock music. I can't really do heavy music. I love the drums in heavy, but like what they be saying, you know, me being a Christian, I'll be like, come on, cuz.
I like
Jesus ain't died for me to listen to that.
you silly. I like classic rock. Yeah, classic rock. Like the Beatles and stuff.
Oh yeah, the Beatles are awesome.
Yeah.
But like she said, man, email us, guys. This is the first podcast, so we're gonna bang it over your head.
Bang.
Email us at pincorrectpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your questions, your music you want us to listen to. It can either be music that some professional artist put out, you made in your basement, your auntie made in her bathroom. We don't care. We'll listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Do something. And don't sit here and listen to this podcast. I'm going to just be real quick. Don't sit here and listen to this podcast and be like, this trash. I'm not about to even entertain this. Whoa. If you feel that my podcast is trash right now, tell me. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and not around me and not address it. We gotta critique our people, especially my black people.
Yeah, hurt my feelings, nigga. Make me go listen to Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Make me do something different. Support your people.
I want to be posting shit on Snapchat with me dancing to "Motherfucker Never Loved Us." Fucker never loved us. I'm gonna at you, but then I'm gonna delete it because you know I ain't about that life.
It's so weird. But yeah, just make sure, like I said, Twitter, PI Podcast, at us there. You can follow me on Snapchat at poetic_truths. You can follow CJ on Snapchat at, what is it?
I think it's pork chop.
Something. We'll hit
Keep talking. I'll check it while we're right here. We're not cavemen, Teri. Yeah, pork chop 248.
Shout out to this trash iOS 10 update.
Oh my god, I fucking hate this update, dog.
Like, my emojis hurt my soul.
But you can always tweet us. Oh, you already said the Twitter, didn't you? See, I ain't paying attention.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a website soon.
Yes, I'm currently developing us a website right now, so be on the lookout for that.
Some of the things we want to do on that website, the musicians and artists that we were talking about, we're going to highlight on the website. Just, you know, so if you're an artist or something, you want to be on the show, let us know. You have to email us.
You have to. And you also have to be good. I'm not trying to be too picky, but I don't need another freshman 16. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you feel that you're a true artist and you want to come with some heat, or if you want to battle rap me and challenge me on the mic, I got you. Whatever you want to do, but you gotta hit us up. Got to.
Yeah, man.
It starts with us, but it ends with you.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Slogan. Okay. All right.
Yeah. But this is the end of our podcast, guys. It's not a very long one, but I hope you guys enjoy what you listen to, and I hope you come back to listen to us again. Sorry about that right there. So, Teri, you got anything else you want to say?
I don't. Just thank you for listening. If you endured this much, I promise our next one will be better. And if you stick with us, we'll stick with you.
She's poetic,
I guess that.
and I'm incorrect. See you guys later.